Welcome back, everybody. Hey, got the old Trouvaille out for its first ride today. Had a few things I ran into. First thing is on the derailleur. It was shifting really kind of stiff at the bars. Usually these Advent 9s shift really nice and crisp, even with the clutch on the clutched ones. I've watched Microshift's YouTube videos on how to adjust these months ago, and one of the things they said was to not have a big hoop in your cable housing at the back. You have to have a little bit of a hoop to keep the slack out of it, but it should be a fairly flat hump. It shouldn't be, a foot of extra cable like this. And the shifter itself felt stiff, so I'm sure that's where it is right there. I'll get that taken apart and fixed. Like I said, I put an IXF crank in it with the 32 tooth narrow wide oval cog on it and Rock Brothers pedals. The thing, all in all, it did exactly what I thought it was going to do when I saw it first on Kev Central when he had the first one there. I thought this frame, from the way he described it, would be right in between my Lumicomp and my Axum. And there's times where my Lumicomp feels a little small, and there's a lot of times where my Axum feels like it's stretched out and a little bit too big for me. I ride the heck out of it because I do love the 29s, but it does feel a little large sometimes. This thing feels perfect. It feels like it was made for me. I'm 5'9.5". I like to call it 5'10". I used to be 5'10", but it absolutely fits me perfect. I do have bars with a 35 millimeter rise, and I did leave my stem long, not my stem, but my fork tube long, which I think I'm going to leave it for a while and ride this thing because it felt really just right on for me. Another thing, the original Trouvaille seat, although it's kind of a cheapy thing, I mean, it's just a chunk of rubber, it's actually not a bad seat. I figured tonight after I got off it, I'd be shopping for a new seat, but it fits me well. Road narrow seats do fit my sit bones, so it makes sense that this thing fits pretty good. The Trans-X dropper post with the lever works perfectly. I think it's going to be the answer to not having to plumb this thing internally. So I'm going to leave that alone. It worked great when I was riding. Oh, another thing I did was where I had this wheel relaced with a new hub for the 15 by 100 through axle. These wheels and tires are set up for tubeless. I took the tubes out, taped the rim, and mounted this thing tubeless, and it works great. I have some Schrader valve tubeless stems from Stan's that I bought for the Axum, and I couldn't get their stock wheels to work. Worked great on this one. Now I've got to take the back tire off and do it next. But anyway, like I said, overall, I absolutely loved riding it. The geometry and the frame, it's going to be a hard one to beat. They've got the newer Gordino or whatever the heck it is, that's 650. You figure this bike with a fork, upgraded bottom bracket, or even going with a clutch derailleur, an Advent with a derailleur, you're still going to be under 650 on this thing. And it would have been fine with the bars that were on it and stuff. I just, was trying to color key it. I did the silver on the bars and silver on the crank. Trying to make it look cool. But anyway, I'll let you guys all go, and I look forward to hearing from you. Any feedback you have on yours. This bike really is a pretty dang great bike as far as geometry and handling, and it fits me perfect. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and I look forward to hearing from you again. Thanks.